Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. So I've just had quite an interesting experience and I felt compelled to make a video about it and delve into it a little bit. So I decided to come to this park today because the weather's been comparatively nicer than what it has been recently, and I wanted to be in nature and I wanted to have a little meditation on a park bench, and I did. And then a fairly large group of people approached me and just started up a conversation. You know, it was very organic, it was flowing, everything felt so smooth, it went swimmingly, I suppose. And then as it was time to end the conversation, it felt right. Yeah, it felt like we should have ended it at that point. We broke rapport, and then they walked away feeling good about themselves, and I felt good about myself and sat down and smiled. But then 10 minutes later, they approached me again and asked me if I wanted to join them for lunch. I said yes, but inside me I felt my intuition intervene and say no. I felt like I shouldn't have gone with them for lunch, but still I chose to ignore it because I thought, you know what, what's the worst that could happen? But that's the thing, when you have PDA, sometimes you find yourself walking into an emotional minefield. Anything could be a potential trigger. And so I'm sure they all noticed, whilst we were walking to the restaurant, that I was more reserved, I was more resistant in my disposition, in my demeanour. And in the end, I just couldn't take it. They all walked into the restaurant, and the last person in the line was the one I approached and said, sorry, something's come up, I can't do this anymore. Now, one could say that was me being fearful, or one could say that was me being wise. What I was doing was honouring my intuition, because it likes to intervene for a reason, and that's to keep us safe. So if you have PDA, always listen to your intuition, because it could save you from harm. I think there's like two types of intuitive interventions. One is when something just doesn't feel right, and one is when you're a little bit hesitant, but you should probably still go for it anyway because deep down you do want to do it. See, that situation back there, I didn't want to do it, but I chose to ignore it because I didn't want to end up looking like awkward or, I don't know, antisocial. But still, it's very, very important that you honour and respect your intuition. So parents of kids with PDA, just before you're about to go on a family outing or something, ask them, does this feel right to you? Does it not feel right? You know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but it's always important to honour your intuition. Okay, I think that's about it. Nice quick video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.